All right, time for your Fox Sports News update with Alyssa Smith. And Alyssa, the Newcastle Knights have confirmed that Nathan Brown has departed the club effective immediately.
Yes, you're not wrong about that. So the club coming out today and announcing that Nathan Brown is no longer at the Newcastle Knights. Earlier on last week, it was said that he would be there for the remainder of the season. However, that is no more. He will leave effective immediately. The Knights released a statement saying this decision has been made in conjunction with Brown in the best interest of the club. Christian Wolf will take over as interim coach for the remainder of the 2019 season. Brown's immediate exit ends what was a tumultuous week for the club. There are reports Adam O'Brien is expected to be unveiled as coach for the 2020 season and beyond by the end of this week. It is also understood O'Brien will remain as Trent Robinson's assistant for the remainder of the year. To tennis now, and both Roger Federer and Serena Williams are safely through to the second round of the US Open. After losing the first set, Federer eventually found his form against Indian Sumit Nagal, rounding out a 4-6, 6-1, 6-2, 6-4 victory. But we begin our wrap of the action with the women's singles, where Serena Williams went head-to-head with Maria Sharapova.
The stage was set in New York as two titans of the women's game came head-to-head at Flushing Meadows. Five-time Grand Slam champion Maria Sharapova against a true fan favourite.
Serena Williams.
Neither player has ever lost a first-round clash at the US Open, and it was clear from her start that Serena didn't want that defeat now.
Serena scrambling in a terrific shot from the corner.
Sharapova gave as good as she got, but it was Williams who made the first breakthrough.
And Williams has the break in a 3-1 lead.
Serena's heavy hitting went down well with a man who knows how to pack a punch, as the six-time US Open champion blitzed her way through the first set in just 24 minutes.
She's too good.
Needed no luck, but got some there. Serena in charge in Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Sharapova committed 10 unforced errors in the first, and that pattern continued into the second. And while she did produce a few moments of magic...
Applause from Williams. That's Sharapova's best shot tonight.
The Queen of Queens was simply unstoppable.
What a pass!
Sharapova again tried in vain to launch a comeback, with the pair producing some scintillating tennis. But there would be no stopping Serena from securing her 19th straight win over the Russian.
Serena Williams is her scariest. And Maria Sharapova never really had a chance tonight.
Meanwhile, five-time men's champion Roger Federer knows what it takes to reach the summit of men's tennis. But if he wanted to get back there once more, he'd have to overcome India's Sumit Nagal. The Fed Express showed glimpses of his best in the first set.
That's nice. Point from Federer up in net.
But those trademark shots were being heavily outnumbered by uncharacteristic errors.
Yeah, you can just see the hesitation from Federer even before he struck the ball. He's just not feeling it.
Federer's mistakes kept on coming, and before he knew it, the Indian was a set-up.
Sumit Nagal has won the opening set.
So Roger hit the reset button at the start of the second, and all of a sudden, the winners began to flow.
Oh, yes. And there's another break for Federer.
The 20-time Grand Slam champion blitzed his way through the second to level things up, and his dominance continued in the third.
Beautiful. Just pull your pants, pulled his pants down, burned him there.
Federer secured the third 6-2, and despite some brief resistance from Nagal...
Oh, what a shot. Where did that come from?
The Fed Express cruised into the second round.
And there it is. Game 7 match Federer. Sumit Nagal came to play tonight. And Federer through to the second round.
James Dodd, Fox Sports News.
Justin Langer has to make a tough decision ahead of the fourth test. Who misses out for Steve Smith to return? Smith's replacement, Marnus Labuschagne, has been a shining light for Australia with 3 consecutive half-centuries, but cementing his place in the lineup. New South Wales batsman Curtis Patterson can't see an obvious solution.
being here on the other side of the world, it's a bit hard to see how the dynamics are in and around the order that they've set. So I'm not exactly sure. Obviously, you know, all those guys have scored runs, essentially. I thought Usman's looked really good, and Trav and Matt Wade both scored some really, you know, important hundreds to start off their campaigns in that first test. So the fact that Marnus has come in and done as well as he has done, I think this proves a good problem for the selectors. But in answer to your question, I'm not exactly sure, because whoever it is, I think is going to be pretty disappointed.
And we'll have to wait and see. David, that is your sports hit for now.
All right, Alyssa, thank you very much for that.